Good morning, students. In this video lecture, we are going to start the new topic of the chapter electromagnetic induction. The topic is self-induction. Self-induction. What is self-induction? We have seen how the induction. What is the cause of induction? The cause of induction was simply the change in magnetic flux linked with the coil. You have to keep this point, this word, this statement always in your mind that the cause of induction, magnetic induction, electromagnetic induction is the change in magnetic flux linked with the coil. Change in magnetic flux linked with the coil. So we are now going to talk about self-induction. So what it is? First we would do analysis. We see how the induction is produced in itself, and now we will define the self-induction. So we are taking a coil. Having a number of turns in it. So you are seeing here, we have taken this coil in which there are many number of turns, and if this coil, suppose there is rheostat for varying the resistance. You know that the main use or main purpose of rheostat is to change the resistance of the circuit, and let's say it is initially at mid position, we can say here, and it is connected to a battery which is a source, which is a DC source, because we are studying the magnetostatic field. I have told you already, magnetostatic field. So it is related to DC source, DC current, which is not changing with respect to time. And this is the key. We say that this is the key. So this is the arrangement you are seeing here. And let's say current is flowing. We are understanding the self-induction. So let's say initially current is flowing. It means key was closed. Initially key was closed. And the key was closed, a definite amount of current is flowing in this direction, like this. Current is flowing from here in this direction. This is the main current. We can say this is the main current because of this battery. This is the main current because of this battery. And we know that if the current is flowing, in a coil, the coil, there is a magnetic effect, there is a magnetic field, and the coil, the loop of the coil will behave like a small bar magnet, or we can say dipole. There are dipoles obviously. So there is a bar magnet. Each turn would behave because each turn is a current carrying loop, and we have told you this is a very important current carrying loop concept. Current carrying loop is a small bar magnet. We can take it as bar magnet, and the direction of the current, from the direction of the current, we are able to find which phase of the loop, because the loop has two phases. If this is the loop, you are watching from here, and the current is flowing clockwise, and from the person which is watching from back side, the current is clockwise for this person. The person which is seeing from the behind, the current seen by the person will be anti-clockwise. So loop has two phases, and we have assumed this particular arrangement like in this way. This is arrangement here. This is the arrangement. Actually, in real, this is like this. This number of turns, and the current is also flowing in this way. So let's observe with me that the current is flowing like this. So the person which is seeing from here, what is the direction of the current in this phase? Clockwise. And we know that if the current is clockwise, particular phase would be south. So this would be south pole, and the phase which is just behind means this is the current loop. Person is seeing from here, this phase is south, and this phase, if he is seeing from here, this phase is north. This is north, this is south. In the same way, this is south, this is north. South and north attract. Means overall all the bar magnets would become, the effect of all the bar magnet would be added, and the final field would be a strong field. That's why we do the number of turns. So we can see there is a magnetic field line from here to here in this way. In this way, there is a magnetic field line. I am not making the magnetic field line of lines, because if I made it, the figure would become complex and we would not able to understand the self-induction concept clearly. But if it is, it would be necessary, I will make it. Don't worry. You have got this point. This is north pole. This is south. This is north. This is south. So finally, there is south, and finally there is north. So magnetic field is from north to south. Okay, you got this point. Now suddenly, what is the this is the basic concept which we have seen in the first chapter, magnetic field, current, magnetic field, where is the direction of the magnetic field, bar magnet, these type of things which I have studied in the chapter first. This is the chapter number 4, electromagnetic induction. In it, we have to understand the induction. Is there any induction right now? Is there any induction? There is a magnetic flux, there is a magnetic field lines which are linking from these coils, these loops. Is there any magnetic? Is there any EMF induced? No. Why? Because we know one thing very clearly, that the EMF induced only when there is a magnetic change in magnetic flux linkage with the coil. Flux is linking with the coil, flux is passing through the coil, but there is no change in magnetic field line. There is no change in magnetic field. So how the flux will be changed? How the change in the flux will occur here? So if we change the resistance, if we change, actually we want to change the current, because of this current there is magnetic field. And if we change the magnitude of the current, obviously the magnetic field magnitude would change. And if the magnetic field magnitude would change, the number of lines passing through a particular area would also either increase or decrease. Because the number of lines passing through a particular region denotes the strength of the magnetic field. So if the number of lines would change, obviously the magnetic flux would change. Phi equal to B, A is all constant, A is constant. If B is changing, flux is changing. So the flux is changing by changing the direction of changing the magnitude of the current. By changing the magnitude of the current. And one more important point here, students. I had started this chapter when we talked about the magnetic flux, and in the next few lectures we have seen that there could be many ways by which we can change the magnetic flux link with the coil. So this is another way. In the first case, when I taught you the Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction, and in there you have seen that we have placed a bar magnet and we have moved the bar magnet so that the flux link with the coil will change. That is the way by which we have changed the magnetic flux link with the coil. I think you are getting my point there. And in this particular case, the magnetic flux link with the coil is being changed by changing the magnitude of the current. Because the current would change, magnetic field would change. B would change, the flux would change. Because area is constant, so if B change, phi change. And if phi change, there would be induction. So for changing the magnitude of the current, we would change the resistance of the circuit. And for changing the resistance, we would use this rheostat. I think you got my point here. This is the rheostat. Variable resistance rheostat. Now, what you would want to apply here, either we would increase the main current or we would decrease the main current. So first of all, we would want to increase the main current. For increasing the main current, we have to decrease the resistance of the circuit. And for decreasing the resistance of the circuit, we could only decrease the resistance of the resistor, contribution of the resistor. Because coil resistance is fixed, we could not change that particular resistance. We could change this part of resistance which is being used in the circuit. So for decreasing this, we would place this arrow sign from here to here. Now, current from the battery start going from here like this. This is disconnected. Just the previous case for the previous case. Now the new case is from here. Current is going. No current will go in this direction because it is the open circuit. No current will flow in the open circuit. All the current will go from here to here like this. And resistance now, which is in this particular case, which is acting in this particular case, because the resistor is only for this particular length, and then the decreases means the resistance increases. So the resistance of the resistor now decreased. It means current of the main current of the circuit would increase, and the main current increased, It means if the main current increases, it means what? It means there is a change in magnetic field. Magnetic field also changes, and if the magnetic field changes, number of magnetic field lines which are passing also changes. They are increased also, but we don't need either increase or decrease. We need for induction purpose only. We need only change, because change would happen either the quantity increased, either the quantity decreased. So for MI, for seeing the concept of MI, for observing whether the MI is taken place or not, we have to only keep focusing on the change in flux. But flux is changing because flux is increasing from the initial value. This means there is a change in flux, and we know that if there is a change in flux, there is an induced EMF. And this changing flux is being happened in this coil itself. Very important point here. This change in flux being happened in this coil itself, which is producing the flux because of the main current. And the flux is also changing in this coil itself. It would also change. That's why the term here is self-induction. Because of the change in current in the coil, there is a change in flux in the coil itself, and if there is a change in flux in the coil itself, there would be a electromagnetic force developed, induced electromagnetic force developed at the end of the coil, and if the circuit is closed, there would be an induced current, and the direction of the induced current is such a way that it would oppose its own cause of production. The direction of the current would be in such a way that it would oppose its own cause of production. I think you got what is the self-induction. Self-induction simply definition is if in a current carrying coil, due to the change in the current in the coil, there is a change in magnetic flux, and if there is a change in magnetic flux, then there is an induced EMF in the coil, and if the circuit is closed, then there is an induced current in the coil itself. This phenomenon of inducing electromotive force in the coil itself is called self-induction. This process is called self-induction. Now, let's see where is the direction of the induced current and where is the direction of the induced voltage. And I have told you already in the previous video lecture, very important lecture, that was in which we have talked about how we would apply the Lenz law. That particular video lecture is very important. not see that particular video, just go to the Shivaji Group institution and see that particular video once again and learn how we would be able to find the polarity of the induced voltage and the direction of the induced current. Now, let's see here. We know that according to Lenz law, the induced voltage or induced current is such a way that it opposes its own cause of production. So we have to just understand what is the cause of production of the induced voltage and induced current for the particular case only. Okay. So in this case, what is the cause of the production of the induced voltage? The cause of the main cause from where the EMF this story start happening. Which story? The story of the electromagnetic induction. It is start happening from current. In the main purpose, the main reason for changing the magnetic flux is current. If current would not change, there would be no magnetic field change. If there would be no magnetic field change in magnetic field, there would be no flux because phi equal to B. Because we know that phi equal to B cos theta, and if B is not changing because area of the coil is constant, we are not changing area of the coil here. Area of the coil is constant in this case. Area is constant. If area is constant, we can say phi is proportional to B. If B is changing, then only phi is changing. And how we can change the B? By changing the main current, magnitude of the main. So the main cause is current change. And one more thing, in which how the current is changing, whether it is increasing or decreasing, now it matters. Now it matters that the current is either increasing or decreasing. Now it matters here. We are seeing that this particular case, in this particular case, current is increasing, and that's why magnetic flux is changing. Okay. So the induced voltage or induced current would be in such a way it opposes its own cause of production. Means induced current direction would be in such a way that it would reduce, it would try to not increase, it would try to not increase the main current. It means it would cancel out the increment, it would try to cancel out the increment in the main current. It means induced current would be flow in the direction opposite to the direction of the main current. Because main current is increasing, induced current has to oppose this current. It means it has to overcome, it has to come down the increment of the main current. So it has to, the direction would be in this opposite to the direction of the main current. I think you are getting my point here. So this is I induced. This is not main current, this is I induced. And if this is I induced and if this is I induced, it means induced current is flowing just opposite. It is induced current is flowing just opposite. So, what is the polarity of the induced voltage? From the direction of the current, we will be able to find out the polarity of the induced voltage. Current induced current is flowing from here to here. So this terminal will be positive, this terminal will be negative for the induced voltage induced. So we have applied the Lenz law. We have seen what is the self-induction concept. In the same way, if the main current is decreased, if the main current is decreased, it means there would be also the change in flux, change in magnetic field, change in flux, and the main current is decreasing. It means induced current is there, it means induced voltage is there, MI is there, and what is the direction of the induced current in that case? Because the reason is decrement of the current. So the induced current would try to oppose the decrement. It means it would try to increase, it would try to overcome that decrement. Means it would try to maintain the main current the same value as it was previously. So the induced current would be try to increase the value of the decrement. Self-induction is also called as inertia of electricity. Self-induction is also called as inertia of electricity. Inertia of electricity. Because it opposes current is flowing if the current suddenly either increased or decreased. There is an induced current which always opposes the cause of production. Means it always opposes the change in main current. So it always opposes the change in main current, and we know that is inertia. When we study the dynamic, and when we study the mechanics, in mechanics we have seen that inertia is what? Inertia is the property or tendency of an object which resists to change in its state of rest or motion, that is inertia. So here this induced current, this self-induction, basically self-induction, because it is in the coil itself which is producing the magnetic flux, and the induction is taking place in the coil itself, self-induction, and this self-induction is opposing the own cause of production in the coil itself. So that is called inertia of electricity. This is called inertia. Now we are going to define more number of terms for the numerical point of view. Let there are n number of terms. Let there are capital N number of terms in the coil, and the flux linkage and the flux which is passing from each coil is phi b, and the flux which is passing from each coil is phi b. So what is the net flux which is passing? N phi. This net flux which is passing from this net flux is proportional to the current, which is proportional to the current flowing, not the induced current. We are not talking about the induced current, the net current which is flowing. So this is, we can say, if we remove one more thing, there is no magnetic material solved by that. So N phi b, we can say, equal to, there is a constant, and that constant is called L. That constant is called L. So N phi b is equal to Li, where L is coefficient of self-induction. Coefficient of self-induction. This is called coefficient of self-induction, and L is N phi b upon I. What is L? Coefficient of self-induction. Yeah, simply it is called as self-induction, but self-induction is a phenomenon. It is not the physical quantity, this is the physical quantity coefficient of self-induction. Don't confuse this self-induction and coefficient of self-induction. Actually, coefficient of self-induction is a mathematical, it is a physical quantity, and self-induction is a process, it is a phenomenon. So, n number of terms, phi b is the flux linking with each coil. So, what is the total flux which is linking from the coil? N phi b, which is depending on the current. As we have seen here, if the current increases, the number of total flux would be, which is linking with the coil, would increase. So it is directly proportional to coil. If there is no magnetic material, we have taken no magnetic material, obviously, equality, there is a constant, that is S, coefficient of self-induction, that is equal to phi b upon I. What is the unit? Unit. For n, this is the number of unit. Magnetic flux, Weber. For current, this is ampere. So this is the Weber per ampere. And you could also define the dimensional formula for L, because phi b, we know that phi b equal to B, and we have know that this is L square, and the formula, dimensional formula for B, we have already seen in the previous video lecture, we have found out. So So you can easily find out the dimension formula for L. Putting the dimension formula for phi is 1 here, and for I it is A, and for N there is no dimension formula, this is number constant. Unit is Weber per Hepburn. What is the definition of L? If we take I equal to 1, if we take I equal to 1 ampere, so L equal to M. What it means? It means the coefficient of, from this particular formula, we could write the definition of coefficient of self-reduction. If there is 1 ampere current flowing in the coil having n turns, then the coefficient of self-reduction is equal to the total number of total flux. We can say total flux passing from the coil. Net flux passing from the coil. If in a coil having n turns, current is flowing 1 ampere, then the net flux, the total flux passing from the coil is called as coefficient of self-reduction. Now, let's move further. We know that the EMF induced self-induction, the self-induced EMF are E induced equal to minus n delta phi t upon delta t. In delta t time interval, E induced equal to minus n delta phi upon delta t. Because when it is constant, we can take this term inside delta n phi t upon delta t. This relation is from where? Faraday's law, mathematical first, second. E induced minus n delta phi upon delta t, n phi b. What is n phi b? N phi b is Li. So we can write it as Li upon delta t equal to E induced. From here, L is constant. Take it out from the delta operator. L delta R. There is a new formula for finding the coefficient of self-induction if we have given induced EMF, current, and this. From here we can also say that L equal to minus E induced upon delta by delta. You can also define the coefficient of self-reduction from this definition. Coefficient of self-reduction, and this is called Henry. This is called Henry, and the symbol is like this. Delta upon delta is what it is? Rate of change of current. Rate of change of current. And if it is taken as 1, it means in a coil, if in a coil the rate of change of current is 1 ampere per second, if in a coil the rate of change of current is 1 ampere per second, then the EMF induced is called as, we can say, coefficient of self-reduction. From this we can define the coefficient of self-reduction again. If the rate of change of current in a coil is 1 ampere per second, then the EMF induced in a coil is called coefficient of self-reduction. So this is all about coefficient of self-reduction and another phenomenon of self-reduction. Now we are going to find the formula for the coefficient of self-reduction for different cases, which we have already studied in the first chapter. So let's start.